Good morning, students. How you all are? Hope you all are well, and we are back with our online classes. This is second part of chapter 2 on the trial of the earliest people. The first part we had already discussed in the previous video, where we have seen that what was the reason the earliest people were called hunter gatherer. Hunter means to hunt, gatherer means to collect. Then we had seen that this hunter gatherer keep moving from one place to other. There were basically four reasons for it. One was that if they stay in a particular place for a long time, they will finish all the greenery, leaves, fruits available there. The second was that animals which they hunted, they keep moving from one place to another. So these hunter-gatherers followed the wild animals. Then we had seen that according to the season, by the availability of water, even this were an important reason that earliest people kept moving from one place to another. Then we had seen that almost all the hunter-gatherers or early peoples, they settled near the river. The reason was that अगर वो नदी के पास रहेंगे तो उनको पीने के लिए और जो भी बाकी ज़रूरत है उनके लिए उनको plenty water available रहेगा. Apart from that, if they want to go for agriculture, the water was required for that also. So this was the reason all of them wanted to live near the river. Then we had seen that the early people, they have started using tools which were made up of stones. We had discussed two techniques by which early people used to make their tool. One was stone on stone, in which two stones are rubbed to make a tool, and second was pressure flaking. In this method, with the help of pressure, the tools were made. Then we had also seen that the early people, hunter-gatherer, they also started using fire. We can say that the early people uses fire because in some of the factory sites, ashes, the evidences of ashes are found. So it is clear that in the early time, these early people used fire for their different purpose. Apart from that, we have some evidences in which we had found stone tools or tools which were made up of the stone in the factory sites. So हम अब कह सकते हैं कि हमारे जो हंटर गैदरर थे वो अब धीरे धीरे सिविलाइज होना शुरू हुए थे, बिकॉज अब वो टूल्स बनाने लगे थे. They had started using fire. So in this way the development in the early people were going on. Moreover, almost 12,000 years ago, the environment also changed. With the change of environment, the animals, deers, antelopes and different other animals, they also started to multiply. Their number also increased, and our hunter-gatherers, our early people, they also came to understand the living style of the animals, and they now are not moving from one place to another. But अब वो क्या करते थे? पहले जैसे कि हमने देखा कि hunter gatherers एक जगह से दूसरी जगह में मूव करते थे क्योंकि वो एनिमल्स को फॉलो करते थे. But now they had learned how to tame the animal, कि वो जानवरों को कैसे पाल सके, how to rear the cattle. If you want to know or read this part, that you can get in page number 17, second paragraph. I am just going to read it. Those who hunted these animals now followed them, learning about their food habits and their breeding seasons. It is likely that they help people to start thinking about herding and rearing these animals themselves. Fishing also become important. This was also a time when several grain bearing grasses, including wheat, barley, and rice, grew naturally in different parts of the subcontinent. Men, women, and children probably collected these grains as food and learned where they grow. And when they ripen, this may have led them to think about growing plants of their own. So, in the previous part, what we were discussing early people as hunter gatherer. बट अब वो धीरे धीरे एक जगह में सेटल होना शुरू हुए थे. द रीजन वॉज चेंजिंग एनवायरमेंट ऑफ द अर्थ. जैसे जैसे अर्थ का जो एनवायरमेंट है, क्लाइमेट है, वो चेंज हो रहा था, तो धीरे धीरे एनिमल्स का नंबर जो है वो बढ़ने लगा. एंड द अर्ली पीपल दे ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड दैट हाउ द कैटल कैन बी ब्रीडेड, हाउ दे कैन बी टेम, एंड दे स्टार्टेड taming or rearing the cattle. Apart from this, the grasses which bear the crops means ऐसे पेड़ जिससे उनको कुछ खाने का मिल सकता है, उनके बीज के बारे में, उनकी सीड के बारे में भी अब हमारे अर्ली मैन को पता चल चुका था. So with the cattle rearing and advancement in the agriculture, their life had slightly changed. Now they were not hunter-gatherer, but they started settling in a particular place. So I hope you are understanding the journey of early people from hunter-gatherers to a civilized person. So with the advancement of cattle rearing and agriculture, now their nomadic life is changed. So students, we were discussing that the emergence of stone tools was an important factor in settling process of hunter gatherer. बिल्कुल हम इस बात को मतलब वी कैन सोच सकते हैं कि जो हमारे हंटर गैदर्स थे वो धीरे धीरे एग्रीकल्चर और कैटल रेयरिंग को स्टार्ट कर सके. It was because they were having some tools which were made up of stone. And if you remember that in the first chapter we had seen that historians have divided the whole era in two parts, before Christ and AD Anno Diagram. In the same way, the period which we are discussing now, that particular period is called Paleolithic. That means हमने अपनी कहानी स्टार्ट की थी हंटर गैदर से, है ना, एंड वी वर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स हाउ दिस हंटर गैदरर्स सेटल. ऑल दिस टाइम पीरियड इज referred as a complicated name, that is Paleolithic. Paleolithic. Okay students, let's discuss something more about this Paleolithic. This word Paleolithic is made up of two words which is taken from Greek language. One word is paleo, second is lithos. So word paleo means old, purana, and lithos means stone. So basically we had seen that in this period almost all the tools were made up of stone. हमने देखा, एक्चुअली मैंने एक होमवर्क भी दिया था, that was in page number 12 where some pictures of tools were given and you have to identify these tools were used for what. और उस पेज में हमने देखा था सारे टूल्स स्टोन के बने हुए थे. दैट इज द रीजन दिस पर्टिकुलर पीरियड इज कॉल्ड पैलियोलिथिक, विच ऑल्सो मीन्स ओल्ड स्टोन एज. Okay, although this word Paleolithic is little complicated, the another name for Paleolithic age is Old Stone Age. Clear, students? This Paleolithic age covers from 2 million years ago, 2 million years ago to 12,000 years ago. So this is a timeline for Paleolithic age, which started almost 2 million years back and finished till 12,000 years ago. The entire Paleolithic age covers 99% of total human time. And again, this Paleolithic is divided in 3 parts. Upper, lower and higher. That we will discuss in the next chapters. If you want to read about this Paleolithic age, that you can get in page number 17 in this box. Now I am going to read it. Archaeologists have given lengthy names for the time that we are studying. They call the earliest people the Paleolithic. This comes from two Greek words, paleo meaning old and lithos meaning stone. The name points to the important or finds of stone tool. So I hope you have clear with the Paleolithic age or old stone age, which started 2 million years ago to 12,000 years ago. So clear about it, students? So students, we had seen that Paleolithic age, it covers total or almost more than 90% of entire human period. And we had also discussed that Paleolithic age is again divided in upper, lower and high class. हमने जिस पीरियड के बारे में बात किया कि there are so many environmental changes, and because of these changes the greenery in the earth increased, due to which agriculture and cattle rearing both became possible. That particular time is referred as Mesolithic age or Middle Stone Age. The time when there were so much environmental changes in our earth, due to which the number of trees, plants and animals increased. That particular period is referred as Mesolithic age or Middle Stone Age. This time starts from almost 12,000 years ago to 10,000 years ago. So this is the time frame for Mesolithic period. There is one more reason this particular age is called Mesolithic. The reason is that the stone tools which were found pertaining to this particular period, they were very small in size and they were called microlith, which means small stone tools. And because of microlith, this age is called Mesolithic age. मैं एक बार और रिपीट करता हूँ. मीन्स ये जो मेसोलिथिक पीरियड था, ये वो पीरियड था जब बहुत अर्थ में क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशन में चेंज हो रहा था. उस चेंज के कारण हमारे धरती में मतलब ग्रीनरी बढ़ रहा था, एनिमल्स बढ़ रहे थे. सो हमारे जो अर्ली पीपल है वो जानवरों को पालना और खेती करना शुरू किए. And for that purpose, they uses tools which were very small in size, which were called microlith. And because of microlith, this age is called Mesolithic age. This part again you can get in page number 17 in the same paragraph. I am going to continue it. The period when we find environmental changes beginning about 12,000 years ago till about 10,000 years ago is called Mesolithic Middle Stone. Stone tools found during this period are generally tiny and are called microliths. And even some of the evidences of such tools is found very close to us in Madhya Pradesh. That part you can read in page number 18, first paragraph. I am going to read it. Rock painting and what they tell us. Many of the caves in which these early people lived have paintings on the wall. Some of the best examples are from Madhya Pradesh and southern Uttar Pradesh. These paintings show wild animals drawn with great accuracy and skill. Moreover, as we had discussed that the people in those age started agriculture and cattle rearing, but we don't have any strong evidences whether men were doing this work or women were doing this work. It may be only men are doing this work or only women are doing this work, or it may be that both of them they have divided their work according to their schedule. So we don't have any evidences that this work of agriculture and animal rearing is done whether by men or women. And even some of the evidences are there that ostrich was present there and its eggs is used for many things. That you can see in the same page in this blue box. I am going to read it. Ostrich were found in India during the Paleolithic period. Large quantities of ostrich egg shells were found at Patna in Maharashtra. So, even as some of the evidences are there that ostrich was present there and its egg and its shell both were used with some special reason. So, almost we had completed almost every part of the chapter, and as I had given one homework in the previous class that you have to read the chapter. So, if you have any doubt that you can ask and we will be discussing it through the comments or in the next video. And as our chapter is finished, now you can just start writing the question answers. You can do one thing. From page number 20, question number 1, complete these sentences. This part you can do in your book itself. Question number 2, that we will discuss later. Question number 3, 4, 5. These 3 questions you have to write with answer in your history classwork copy. If you want, we can discuss these answers now. Question number 1. Why did hunter-gatherer travel from place to place? So this answer we had already discussed. It was because they followed the animal. Second, if once the greenery of a particular part is finished, they skipped that part and moved to the next. Then sometimes because of the water or season, they had shifted themselves. Question number 4. What tools would you use today for cutting fruits? What would they be made of? So basically this question is linked to your common life. If you want, you can write the answer by your own, else you can follow the link given in the app. Last question. List 3 ways in which hunter-gatherers used fire. Would you use fire for any of this purpose today? So the second part of this question that you can answer by your own, and the first part is that one, to cook meat, second, as source of light, third, to scare away the animal. So now we have discussed the important points of chapter and question answers too. So our chapter is finished. You write the question answers and start revising the answers. So students, thank you.